Heard exactly what the totals are this month. Last month we did over $5 million in sales with this little product called Nerium AD, Age Defying. And this is an amazing accomplishment with a company that's just 9 months old. I just found out 11 people this last month voted to what's called National Marketing Director. We now have over 50 people that have reached that level, and that's a five-figure a month income. For a company 9 months old, that's just unheard of. And let me just tell you real briefly how I got started. I've been in the industry 38 years. I've been a top income earner in multiple companies over these years. I've also been in the insurance business 38 years. My background is math and physics, actually. I got a degree in math and physics from Texas A&M University and an MBA degree in business management. And so I don't do this because I can't find a job. I do this because I love to do it. I love people. And I love what this business does for people. But when I heard about it back in December, I was not very, very excited because I thought I'm 67 years old. It's skincare. What I know about skincare, I'm a guy. But my sponsor, Steve Lee, called me from Hawaii, and he says, "Carl, you need to get in this thing. You need to look at it." The company was only 3 months old at that time, and so I said, well, if I'm going to do this at age 67, I don't even buy green bananas. So if I'm going to do something again, I want to make sure it's real. I want to make sure it's worth my time. I want to make sure I'm going to have fun, because if it ain't fun at my age, I'm not going to do it. And so I went to California in Los Angeles, January the 6th. I spent 4 days there. That's where I first met Jeff Olson and spent 4 hours with Jeff Olson on January the 7th. And I was so excited to be there. I expected to go to a meeting with, they said there were going to be about 100 to 200 people, and I think almost 500 people showed up that day on Saturday. I really expected to have a room full of 40 to 80-year-old women that were trying to get rid of wrinkles. I had no idea it was going to be half the room full of men. I started circulating in the crowd and asking the guys, "Are you here to support your wife, or are you doing the business?" And they said, "We're doing the business because we love the product as much as our wives." Men are not going to do a step 1, 2, 3. But if you tell them they just, wash their face at night and put something on that's going to help them get rid of wrinkles, they'll do that. And so another thing that I was real surprised by was the amount of young people that was there. And that's where I first met Silver. He and his girlfriend were there, and they were in their 20s, and I looked over there and I said, "You don't even, what are you doing here? You don't have a wrinkle in your body." And I had one young girl that said, "Well, I just graduated from college, I can't find a job. Somebody invited me to a party, and they were having fun, and they were selling this Nerium, and I started selling it, and I invited my 40-year-old parents and my 60-year-old grandparents, and I started a business." And so then the light went off. I said, "Gosh, this appeals to young people and older people. It doesn't have to be just a person trying to get rid of wrinkles. It's also a business opportunity." So I think this has got some merit. So then the next weekend they had the same meeting in Dallas, Texas. So I went to Dallas, Texas, and sat through the same meeting for the next 3 or 4 days. And then they had a meeting a week later in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on January the 20th. So I went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I told my wife I was going to be gone all of January, and she said, "Why in the world do you want to do that? Because you usually teach people how to do network marketing, and now you're out there learning." And I said, "Because I want to know these people's heart. I want to spend time with Jeff Olson and Dennis Windsor off the stage. I want to hear what they say to promote the business, but I also want to hear what they say, when they're just mingling with people in the crowd and when they're out after the meeting is over with. I want to feel like that this is somebody that, if I'm going to spend the remaining years of my life at my age, I want it to count for something. I really want it to be something that I can totally commit to, and I don't look over my shoulder and think at night, what am I doing? I want to be able to wake up every day excited about what I'm doing that day, and that's the way I feel about this company. I've been in it now. We're just finishing up June, so I've actually been in it 6 months, and I'm real excited about the company. Our team just went over 550 people strong. I've personally sponsored 20 people in the business, and I'm making some friends that are just going to be lifelong friends. And we're just so excited to be here. This convention is going to set the woods on fire. We'll probably have a couple, 3,000 people at our very first convention. People flying in from all over the United States, Puerto Rico. We've got some people coming in from countries that we're not even legal to do business in yet. They just want to see what we're doing. But for everybody that's watching this video, I can tell you, as Jeff Olson says, this is the real deal. This is real products, real science, real compensation plan. And as he says, we ain't seen nothing yet. When we come out of here, we're going to be so fired up. I mean, everybody's going to go back to whatever town they're in. And if they're the first one there, that's good news. If they're the first one there, that's bad news. The good news is you're the first one there. And the bad news is you're the first one there. So that means you don't have anybody to drink coffee with and share ideas. But the good news is just about everybody in that area is going to be in your downline if you do your job right. We're building relationships like I've never built them before. I've been in this industry 38 years, made millions of dollars in the industry. I've never had as much fun as I'm having in the last 6 months. And so we ask you to join us. We want you to come on here and help us. The only thing that's missing in this equation is you. So thank you very much.
Cool.